where the air is clear and the sun shines bright and the colors are vivid and the groove is just right. That's the magical corner of peace, love and good vibes, where the sky meets the earth and your soul comes alive. Peace, love and good vibes are all you need. That frequency is right for me. So come along and soon you'll see the corner where cool vibes are free.
You'll know when you get there, no doubt in your mind. The feeling of freedom, let go and unwind. So we'll meet at the corner of peace, love and good vibes, where the sky meets the earth and your soul comes alive.
Peace, love and good vibes are all you need. That frequency is right for me. So come along and soon you'll see the corner where cool vibes are free. There's no other place that I'd rather be than right here and now. It's just you and me. So let's stay at the corner of peace, love and good vibes, where the sky meets the earth and your soul comes alive. Meet me down at the corner. The crew is all there. The party's just starting. There's good vibes in the air. Meet me down at the corner. The crew is all there. The party's just starting. There's good vibes everywhere. Peace, love, and good vibes are all you need. That frequency is right for me. So come along and soon you'll see the corner where cool vibes are free. Meet me down at the corner. The crew is all there. The party's just starting. There's good vibes in the air. Meet me down at the corner. The crew is all there. The party's just starting. There's good vibes everywhere.
I was going to meet you today. I wasn't going to meet you actually. I was too tired to do this. So I just wasn't going to do it today because we did this whole set and everything on Tuesday. And I've already been busy doing other things today. Since about 3 o'clock this morning, my time. Hi, I'm Roxanne Serena Dawn Arthur. So I wasn't going to even bother. And then about half an hour ago, I fell asleep and woke up because I have been up since for a long time. And I said, I got to do this anyways. I don't know. I just feel like I've got to just get on here and remind you, because I said I would do it on Thursday again, because I feel like I just need to be able to, since I have this opportunity, nobody's forcing me to do this. Nobody is even paying me to do this at this time. I just feel that I have to do something. I can't just let this opportunity go by and I have not done as much as I possibly can. So I'm meeting you down at the corner, at the Peace, Love, and Good Vibes corner. You see there, Holly created all of this from foreverfreetv.com. I'm Roxanne. I'm the CEO of a wonderful company called Forever Free Media, which has been here since March will be our fourth anniversary coming up. Can you imagine? We've been in development, getting this going since March of 2022. And see, I have a real little lamp is lit. So where I'm meeting you at hashtag meet me down at the corner, because I have pressing news for you guys that maybe you haven't been paying attention. I don't know how, you may have missed it, but we're in a crisis moment. If you have an internet of any kind, somewhere you've scrolled along and seen it about the e-files, because I'm on YouTube, some places, everybody put the EPSTEIN in, right? You know about that that's going on right this minute. It's been going on a lot longer than right this minute, but because maybe you're not old enough. I'm 60 years old. So in 1989, when I first heard about these kind of shenanigans that they were doing with children, I was one of those first conspiracy theory people way back there with Alex Jones and all of those old guys, and listening and going, oh my God, nobody must understand this is going on. Let me just, and on and on and on and on I went, and Holly went, and our family went. And we've been helping people as much as we can to understand this planet isn't exactly what you think it is. It isn't what the brochures paint it up to be. It has a bit of a lying thing going on. This is what I've called since I was born, I call it a prison planet. Everyone would look at me when I was younger, when I first started to say this, when I was 7 years old, when I said to my mom, I don't like this planet. My mom will tell you, I said that when I was 7 years old. What does that say? Yeah. And so because of that, I have done everything I can possibly do for my whole life to help everyone become aware of what's going on. Because everybody doesn't see them. I keep seeing that there's a crocodile, there's an alligator, they're pretending, they look like they're good, they're not good, you understand? So for 40 years in ministry, we did that in the Christian environment, skirting around the edges of things that, we'll go into that another day, and trying our best to hold the thought. There is a bigger than this. There is an eternity. There is the higher beings that are in us. As we come through here, we are a soulic being, number one. Soulic, soul. That's what comes from everywhere, out there, into body. Most important factor in your whole entire existence. Not this. In here, your soulic that comes from the all. As we like to say, the Almighty, I think of it. Bigger than words, being that we are part of. Before I go on, I just want to do a tribute to that. concept. This is a very special Meet Me Down at the Corner. I don't know exactly what direction it will go in, but I do know it is vitally important that you tell somebody. I'm going to do that thing that they say. Get somebody, because this is a very important conversation that we are having down at the corner. It's a life and death conversation. I'm not going to say unalive when it's death. Don't even bother with that. And don't strike me out, and don't flag me, and don't ban me, because I still use the word death, DEATH, which is in my dictionary, which is when you say, look it up, when you're not alive, you're dead. That's a word. It's not a swear word. It's not a bad word. It's just a word, which I want us not to be, because we get smart enough to realize what this situation is and some things we can do about it. Some happy, joyful, positive, energizing things that we can do about it, because this is our planet. And as such, we get to do what it takes to defend our right internally, not with anything negative, those other things like that would, none of those things, from our soul. Do you know there's a scripture in the Bible? We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers and rulers of the darkness of this world and spiritual wickedness in high places. I feel like I'm teaching Sunday school. Therefore, don't pick up those things. They don't care about that. But if you can harness the power of joy and peace and love, that is what you have. And when you can bombard and tsunami and awaken them with joy, they're done. So let's take a listen to some of the things that Holly has created from foreverfreetv.com. When you ask Bailey, what can we do? These are the things that we can do together. Foreverfreetv.com. Remember, go to it online on your phone. Forever, number 4, ever free. Android and app. Go to it on Roku TV. See, that's a TV. There, you see that? That's Roku TV. Forever Free TV is on Roku TV. Going to out potentially to 90 million homes. We are stronger, bigger, more than them. Them. We are. We have to come together, use the resources that we have, use all your digital awareness that you guys have. You are the digital natives, you guys. I'm 6 years old. I'm relying on Joshua and Caleb. Thank you. Who are my nephews who have helped me to be able to be somewhat lucid on this phenomenal platform. I get to pal it out with you guys. You're supposed to be leading the way. I'm just standing up here while you're recovering from your trauma, and you can come in and say, I got this, Rox. I got this. You got this. Don't bother with everybody saying all this stuff about AI slop. How do you think we were able to create what we've done? AI helpers, assistants, all of those avatars, Jax, Jill's band, avatars that Holly was able to create through Suno, through Kling, through ChatGPT, and all the other tools she uses to create using her ideas, her creativity, her lyrics, all of that to help us at this time, because we got to do something, guys. We're not going to just take it laying down. We're not going to just say, oh, what can we do? Something. We can do something. We can do everything. We'll do all of the things because we're not going to stop. I'm going to meet you down at this corner and we're going to talk about it and we're going to think about it and we're going to rally ourselves together, prop each other up if we have to. And no man left behind. Remember that? Woman, boy, child. We're not. We're not going to take this line down. We are not. You don't understand. We're not going to. Okay? Let's listen to something. Let's listen to doing something new because this is something new I'm doing today. So find something new to do. Follow me along.
I've been told, and it is true, when all seems lost, do something new, something small not done before, can open up the wonder door. Inside you'll find your soul renewed, a spring of life now flows through you, that spills to others, and they'll find too that they can now do something new, something else that's something new, not something that is tried and true, but something that your soul must find, a feeling, not a state of mind, that's something new. It's wonderful to try new things, to not know what tomorrow brings, to not know what's behind the door, to not know what life has in store. New eyes to see, new ears to hear, new thoughts to think. The air is clear to take that chance, a leap of faith. Your soul is the key to open the gate. Something else that's something new, not something that is tried and true, but something that your soul can find, a feeling, not a state of mind, that's something new. Take a chance and you will see your soul will grow immediately. Once you've tried it, you'll agree that something new will set you free. I've been told, and it is true, when all seems lost, do something new, something new, something small not done before, can open up the wonder door. Inside you'll find your soul renewed, a spring of life now flows through you, that spills to others, and they'll find too that they can now do something new, to tell, to tell, to tell, to tell, to tell, to tell, to.
That's something you can do. Tell two. Just as you're going along in this video right now, 2 tells 2 tell 2. 2 to the exponent 30, who tell 2, always equals 1 billion. Look it up with your calculators. 2 to the exponent 30. Do that right now and you'll see it's always over 1 billion. That means that if every person on this podcast tells two, and then the person that they talk to tells two, and you keep that going 30 times down, we've already covered 1 billion of the 800 million people on this planet approximately. The same thing we're going to do with the finances, because we can't do this just indefinitely with no funding. But if I can get two people to understand the crisis of this moment, that's the part. I was going along, and then Holly showed me this video today. And there's one video that breaks the camel's back. It's like, no, no, it can't be. And it just speaks to this moment of dysmorphia, this moment when you're not satisfied at all with who you are. I've seen it in all the races. Being a Black person, I see it in Black girls who feel that we don't have enough lips. We don't have enough white girls who don't feel they have enough. It's not girls alone, men, boys. This is the things I'm problematic about. Boys and girls, young people who are in that vulnerable state of mind are being programmed that you are not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not handsome enough, you're not smart enough. And so take this pill, take this injection, take this bodybuilding thing. Because why? We can program it into your mind that you are not enough. And so therefore you're going to always be this way, and you're going to always come to us, and you're going to always let us pay money, and you're going to let us always control you. That's the point, right? So as you go through your life, as you feel like I'm not enough, you just keep on going. And when you get older, like when you get to my age, it still continues. It doesn't stop. Now I've noticed that on my feeds, miraculously, somebody knows that I turned 60. It's people telling me, so Roxanne, have you prepared for your funeral? Do you know what you're going to? Da-da. I was like, my funeral? What? Where did that come from? What do you mean, my funeral? Oh yes. Is your insurance up to date? Something might happen right this minute, Roxanne. That's like on YouTube. How did they know? How did they know that I'm 60? Curious. Why is it that they have hearings in America right now saying that these young people lost their lives because of something they saw on YouTube or on Facebook or on one of the social media platforms? I think they have to go and testify. Why? How come? I'm saying it's not so much creators of platforms, but what happened, moms and dads, my age people, grandfathers? You were off, going to work, working, getting everything done. Do you know, we used to have a statement when I was younger. It's 11 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? And it was a little safer then. A little. There were still trucks driving around and stuff, but milk people on the milk carton and stuff. But it wasn't, I thought, nearly as bad as it seems to be. It was always there, but it was more of a hum underneath. Now, all bets are off. But in a way, a lot of times, it takes it to becoming to this loud for you to go, oh. And that's what I've noticed. People are starting to go, oh. Last time I did a reaction video and we didn't have the actual footage. I believe that we have the footage today. I want you to take a few minutes look at what this person is saying. Let me see if I can put it up. I'm working through the thought of these kind of things. So you have to give me. Let me see if I can. This might not be the right one. Do you see that? Hopefully you do. What are we going to do? Let's listen to something she's saying.
At Buffy, we make bedding for people who care about sleep. Our secret,
Stop it from doing
eucalyptus.
this. Okay, let's skip
Natural.
that.
Okay, here's where I'm at right now. Let's get it out of the way. I look like shit. I've been crying. Okay, great. Everything is bad right now. Great. We're all on the same page, right? Okay, great. I look like shit. Everything's bad. Great. I've lost my mind. Great. Awesome. Okay. I'm looking at my notes right now because I have so much to fucking say. So much to say. Fuck. And I have everything to lose. You know, just, okay, whatever. So it's like, whatever. The Epstein files, the current media, the noise, anti-Semitism, Trump, rapes, everywhere you look, censorship. Whose side are you on? What are we mad about? We have to put all of that aside for a minute. Just right now, we have to put all of that aside right now. Period. Because the Epstein files, all of this has revealed something. It's made it very clear. No, they've made it very clear. The top 1% and the leaders, they don't give a fuck about us. And this is one big board game. Me and you, the normal people, every day we're just trying to survive. We are nothing but pawns to them. Period. I sound like an absolute fucking lunatic. Like, who gives a shit? I know. Trust me, I know. Rip me to shreds. I know. Listen. But put that aside. Because here's the truth. This current system in place has dehumanized us. It's detached us. We are removed from one another. We hate each other. We're angry. We're really angry. And I'm talking about just us normal, everyday people. We're angry. We're really hurt. And we're just like also fighting one another. And listen, this current system in place like wants us to do just that. They want us to do this. They're winning. Do you understand? They're winning. They want us to do that. So like right now, I'm talking to you, the person. Listen, I'm talking to you, the human, the person right now, okay? They, whoever the they is, they're not us and we are not them. We, the people in America, normal, everyday people, I'm talking to you right now. Whatever agenda you have in your mind, like put it aside. Like, who is looking out for us? Nobody. Nobody is looking out for us. The people. Do you understand? Nobody's looking out for us. And then the worst thing is that they're using our money against us. Like, we're paying taxes. We're doing everything right. Us, the people. We're doing everything right. We're playing their rules. And they're using it against us. I mean, I'm talking like this is beyond what side you're on. Right, left, gay, straight, black, white, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't fucking matter right now. Right now, it does not matter. We are not the 1%, and we will never be. And I don't think we want to be, honestly, because they're gross, to be honest. And if you want to be a part of that, that's great. Move along. I'm talking to those of us who don't want to be a part of this fucking game. What are we going to do? And why am I the one fucking asking? I hate that. I fucking hate that I'm the one asking this question.
And I'm joining in, Bailey. She's an influencer. She doesn't have to be doing this or saying this. She can be doing what she normally does. Telling stories, making money, whatever it is that she does. But she stopped by and stopped her podcast, her influencer stuff on YouTube, and she's asking a very valid question. What are we going to do? Now, I left it so that you can stop in. There's a link there, and you want to come in and talk with us today. What are we going to do? It's not good enough just to, oh, well, and this and that, and all of that, and everything like that. We need to do whatever we can do. This is what I can do today. I can have a podcast, and I can talk about these things from this platform so that I can rally up some people to come together and stop just sitting around saying, what can we do? We can do many things if we come together. We have Forever Free TV, which is a 24/7 place that we could put out new vibes, new music, new movies, new dances. What are you available to do that we could do that? And if we do that and get new kinds of advertisers, we can get new kinds of funding because we can do that, because two telling two is exponentially billions of dollars. Yeah. Now, we are not stupid like our ancestors, perhaps. We are not greedy like some other beings that have been here. We know that it's ridiculous to have so much money that you can't spend it forever. It doesn't make sense. And we have decided to do something else, to follow the purple rule, to be good to each other so that we can be even better good to ourselves, so we can be even better to others. I'm talking about those we people. And because of that, we are entering a whole new reality, a whole new ability to conduct ourselves. I'm going to share with you the 12 Days of Wonder, which is what brought us to this spot. We started more than 12 days ago, and we said we're going to have the Christmas spirit on and on and on and figure it out. This podcast, everything we're doing is because we are not going to just have a pity party alone. We are going to cry. We are going to be frustrated, but we are going to pick ourselves up and do the things that we need to do to see our world change.
Christmas isn't over when the lights go low. It's the fire in your spirit continuing to glow. Joy keeps on growing. The world is made new. 12 days of wonder, and the light lives in you.
On the first day, I felt my heart skip a beat. On the second day, silence a story complete. On the third day, a new thought is being set free. And the fourth day brings the winds of new destiny. Christmas isn't over when the lights go low. It's the fire in your spirit continuing to glow. Joy keeps on growing. The world is made new. 12 days of wonder, and the light lives in you.
Day 5, quiet moments held deep inside. And on the 6th day, new sounds and new sights. 7 songs rise up in the quiet of night. Then on the 8th, that's when wishes take flight. Day 9 held a promise in quiet disguise. Day 10, gifts of giving, full of surprise. Day 11, pause time, still quiet and true. And the 12th day, a secret for me and for you. So let's go beyond seasons, beyond doubt, beyond fear, and take Christmas with us into the new year. Let every day be a door made anew, where love walks inside. And the world then walks through. Christmas isn't over when the lights go low. It's the fire in your spirit continuing to glow. Joy keeps on growing, and the world is made new. 12 days of wonder, and the light lives in you. Yes, 12 days of wonder, and the light lives in you.
12 days of wonder. Fantastic. Fabulous and wonderful. That's me. Sometimes it's good to take moments to allow yourself to actually realize what's going on. To realize that as vital as you think your little world may be, as vital as you think your job is, your going to exercise class right now, You're, what day of the week is this? Thursday. Pizzling around. Sometimes in the middle of everything, somebody such as I, that would be me, Roxanne, is going to disturb your whole reality. Because I can. I'm going to stand here at the corner. See that? It's the corner. With all my little props that I have preserved from Sunday school. With my little toys and knickknacks. And bother you. Because I can. Because I know you're not as shilly-shallow as you seem. You put on the whole facade. You can march up and down in your suit. You can look cool and hippity-happity-ho. Some of you guys from Fort Pierce, I know South Florida-ness. I walked along the streets there. Don't even bother with that. This is Miss Roxy. Somebody's that I shall remain nameless. Who think that doing all the signs and all of that makes me not be able to understand that you are still the person that you were when I was there, but now you're all grown and you're all bing bangity boom bang. Don't even bother with that, ladies. Don't even bother with all of the extra, the fluff. You're in your feelings. Just because really you love that guy and he's not paying any attention to you. And you're like, I don't care, and blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to do things to my body so that I get noticed, so that everybody realizes how wonderful I am. And so, please, don't just play into their game. Stop for a minute and think. You are bigger than that. You are better than some man telling you that you're this or that. Some woman, guys, you're bigger than a lady that says, I don't like you. What car do you drive? You're not driving the right. You have to take a moment. This is not your 8 seconds. Scroll. If you're going to keep doom scrolling, scroll along. This is for people who have decided that they're not going to be a pawn in anybody's game anymore, who are tired of the nonsense. And we want to do, not just talk about. If they would just give me my repatriation money, if nothing. If I, Roxanne, a 60-year-old Black person from Guyana, South America, who's 60, people have decided that I should be getting funeral invitations, can say, I'm not going out like that. Forever Free Media, foreverfreetv.com is for you guys, young people. What are you going to do with it? You're going to keep telling me, oh, well, this person, that band, these people, that music. Why aren't you creating for yourself and putting it on Forever Free TV? Gathering yourselves together, liking it, Spotify, like being your own Spotify-ness, liking each other's, giving each other funding. Yeah, go, buddy, go this person, go that person. There's lots of money. I know, it's a struggle. If you try to do it by yourself, but if 2 people tell 2 people who tell 2 people, 2 to the exponent 30 is always a billion. It's exponential, it's called. If you had stayed in school and listened for a minute, you would understand it. But I'm giving you the quick script notes, fast notes. 2 to the exponent 30 is always a billion. That's what they don't want you to understand. If you stay separate over here, the black people, the white people, the Chinese people, the Indian people, blah, 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 this color, that nationality, blah, 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 blah. Keep fussing. Oh, the Republicans are like the Democrats, are like the blah, 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 blah. Keep arguing. The Christians don't like the Buddhists, don't like the Muslims, don't like the Hindus, don't like the. Keep playing into their hands. Whilst you're fussing with each other, they are siphoning your life, blood, energy, source, code out of your being. I don't know why I'm so tired. I don't know why I feel this way. I don't know. I just don't feel myself anymore. I'm just so depressed. I just have so much social anxiety. Why do you think? Because if you stay in your little hovel, your energy pattern gets broken. You don't have any friends. What happens if you keep going like this? You start to say, well, what's the use of me being here? Yes, whispers those. Yes, what is the use of you being here? We cannot continue to be statistics. We cannot continue to play their game. We need to take back control of our soul self, me. Has to start with me. And then we can begin to look around us and begin to create the world. I will begin to create the world I remember. If you go back into your soul consciousness, when you were little, scrap of nothing, and you just used to skip and dance for a few minutes before somebody said, shut up. Look at that boy, West Indian. Why you think? Go and sit down over there. With a West Indian sounding voice. You may have got it in the black style. You may have got it in the Asian style. Whatever one that made you feel like, oh, I guess I got to be quiet. I got to go sit down. I got to pretend. Because it looks like something I'm doing is wrong. You begin to shame yourself. You begun to be quiet when you should be. When something happened and you should have talked about it, you said, maybe I shouldn't. If you do that long enough, it becomes a habit. But suddenly you start to tell yourself, oh, I'm a shy person. When did you start to be that shy? Were you born shy? Or did enough people tell you, shut up and sit down, that you decided, well, I might as well just shut up and sit down? This is a difficult situation that I'm asking you to embrace with me. Yeah, it's called the truth. Not my truth, the truth. Sometimes you just got to face the truth. You know it is. That's the thing. Yeah. Now you take it in and you breathe and you go, okay. Like Bailey was saying, okay. Take it in and breathe. See? You're still here. You didn't explode. I'm not as beautiful as I thought I'm not as handsome as I thought. No, you're not. It's okay. Nobody is. I always call it approximate makeup because everybody's probably short-sighted in one of their eyes, at least. So they can't really see if every single one of your eyelashes was filled with the mascara of the beautiful mascaraness. It's called approximate makeup. That's what I wear. Because approximately, you're too busy making sure you look beautiful to even notice me. So, what am I going to fuss about? I do the best I can. That's what I'm always telling Holly. Can you notice that I may not have tweezed out one of the eyebrows? like up here. Can you notice that? You know, people sit there picking and picking and picking until they go so far they have no eyebrows left. Watch this. You think I'm making this up? And this is not just for these people. I've been a black person all my life. Black people are doing some strange things like putting extra bum on a beautiful bum that you had, extra lips on beautiful lips that you had, extra chest on beautiful, and that's not just the black, that's the white, especially available to young women. Listen, watch this. This is the one that was why I was crying when the show started. This just sent me over the edge because it's too much. I want you to watch this.
Small that it's like it's trying to hide from you. Men and women alike are all chasing that. Technically I'm 24, but you know, I look like I just got picked up from a kindergarten class aesthetic. Now, digital filters don't harm your physical body, right? It just messes up your entire view on beauty standards. But what if we crank that to the maximum threshold and start putting plastic in our heads to look, you know, a bit more alien? Welcome to the Chinese influencer obsession with the so-called high skull beauty. If you've been doom scrolling on Douyin, you're gonna see many influencers bragging about their head wrapping face proportions like it's a Pokemon evolution. The concept is simple. If the distance between your hairline and the top of your skull is longer than the distance between your eyebrows and your hairline, congratulations, you've unlocked the ultimate proportional face. Just looking at it, it's a piece of art. Your head will be considered high, and once your head is high, your face will just magically look smaller. Ah yes, faces just exist only to be compared to other body parts. Disregard anything else. Of course, it's all about the angles, and this entire thing is basically an illusion just to trick you to think that you're chopped. They'll tell you it's a way to look younger, and it's completely normal and definitely safe. I mean, stretching your head like Play-Doh, of course it's safe. Now, it did start at the safer end, mainly with hair tutorials promising extra volume at the crown. Many influencers promoted headbands and foam pads, pretty much to just push your hair a bit more forward and higher. But let's be real for a second, the problem was never about having a flat skull or a big forehead. It all started because people were saying, if your head isn't high enough, then your face is big. And if your face is big, then you look old. And if you look old, you failed. Especially for influencers whose entire income depend on their appearance. Put the fries in the bag, lil bro. And that's where the solutions came in. And by solutions, I mean injecting filler into your scalp so that your head becomes inflated like a balloon. The most common method being pushed by influencers is injecting hyaluronic acid directly into your head. And hyaluronic acid isn't like some evil substance, okay? Like we use it, I personally use it in skincare and everybody else does too. It essentially hydrates your skin. And here's the thing that they don't tell you. This is temporary, and also your scalp is massive, so you need way more filler than you think to really make a big difference. And way more is an understatement. Now, there's this viral case about a beauty influencer who really wanted a high skull, and they ended up, sit with me here, having around 50 syringes of hyaluronic acid injected into their scalp. At first, everything seemed fine, and that's how most of these stories start, by the way. A couple of months later, she posted a video where she removed her headband and revealed a massive bald patch. She was crying on camera, explaining how that she'd gone for a crown lift filler 2 months earlier after she started watching face-to-head proportion videos. And a month later, her hair started falling out in clumps.
我吐了。2个多月之前吧，我刷到一个大白，他在讲头脸比例、容貌的焦虑的趋势吧，我种草了，专门赶去上海用了高颅顶，就是在头顶的这块位置。刚开始的时候没有太大感觉，只是觉得有一点红肿，然后痒，会起白屑。运动的时候都会觉得有种神经被拉着的感觉，容易头疼。我以为这是正常的恢复的过程，然后1个月之后我就开始掉头发了，慢慢的出现斑秃，并且一发不可收拾，到现在越来越严重。而未来3到6个月我可能都长这样。再加上我的职业因素，可以说生理上的折磨是一部分，但心理上的痛苦才是最煎熬的。
Hair was basically fighting for its life. She eventually got the fillers dissolved, and then the doctor said that because there wasn't any permanent scarring yet, her hair might regrow back. Might. Okay, but what if we remove the temporary part? because apparently injecting like 50 syringes into your scalp is clearly not extreme enough. And this is where our beloved material, cement, enters the chat. Well, bone cement, okay, not like concrete. Now, bone cement is a real medical material used in actual reconstructive surgeries. You know, the kind performed by licensed surgeons for medical reasons. Not so your face can look 3% smaller on Douyin. But here, bone cement is being marketed as the ultimate high skull solution. Absolutely no maintenance, and it's a permanent fix. Now, I was gonna explain exactly how this procedure works, but it is just so gruesome, so I'm just gonna put it in simple terms. They essentially open a small part in your scalp, inject the bone cement, and mold it like Play-Doh so that it fits properly. And then it starts to quickly harden and solidify, which then becomes permanent. Congratulations, you have a helmet in your head now. And around mid-2025, a 29-year-old woman from Jiangsu paid around 180,000 yuan at a beauty salon to achieve this perfect high skull look. Not a hospital, a beauty salon. I mean, that's already insane. She said that she always hated how her forehead looked for a very, very long time, and eventually she found out what bone cement filling was, and she knew that was the answer. Because obviously when you don't like your forehead, the solution is to drill into your skull. So she goes through the exact same step-by-step procedure I explained earlier, but according to some reports, this beauty salon apparently used staple-like clips to, you know, close the gaps, instead of like actual medical material.
鼓水泥全过成第二弹，这就是放在脑子里的水泥。先来一个造型设计，半个小时做完了，现在出门去吃饭。赛小寒都啥都不。
The entire procedure took about 20 to 30 minutes. That's a very fast procedure, first of all. She left with a bunch of bandages wrapped around her head, smiling. I'd expect her to be like, you know, maybe a bit nervous or like, this is kind of scary, you know, they're like literally opening your head. But no, she said that she'd wish she'd done it sooner. And people were shocked. Netizens quickly pointed out how having bone cement filling into your like head is, you know, asking for permanent brain damage. Not only that, but the short-term effects can easily disrupt blood supply directly to your scalp, as well as baldness, of course. And people questioned how a beauty salon was even able to do such a procedure that is basically head surgery. And of course, a lot of people ask the most obvious question. What happens in about 20 years? Does he get removed? What if beauty standards change? Am I just stuck with 2026 high skull aesthetics forever? And trends change fast, and I mean extremely fast. Today could be high skulls, tomorrow it's something else. Now, do you guys remember this girl?
So you guys, I just wanted you to take a look around your world and understand every place that it can filter in, every place that people can make people feel poor about who they are and what they look like and how they are, every place, can't you see it? They're using whatever you don't like, and the commercials come on, the advertising comes on, in that the algorithm comes on to push you in whatever direction is your weaker part. And as you continue on, you'll find that your friend says something, and then this person says something, and all of a sudden, you are following the tiny head trend. I've never seen anything like that I just told you about. And for whatever reason, I've seen other things, but it was just like the tipping point in my brain. It's just, these are young girls that are now taking out pieces of their scalp, their skull, and putting cement in it because they want to shape their faces to be more tiny. Now, if you are not from that culture, you're going to go, what? As you go to get black girls, BTL, be something bums into your black bum. What? Yeah. Don't even bother with that. I'm not telling you anything that you have not tried or you may not have heard of or thought about. I'm not even shaming you or telling you that you shouldn't have or this, or if you have, okay. How much more are we going to keep on going though? What I'm trying to say to us is it's time to take a moment and do something else. Let's go back to this song. Today's whatever it is. Listen to the words of this song.
I've been told, and it is true, when all seems lost, do something new, something small not done before, can open up the wonder door. Inside you'll find your soul renewed, a spring of life now flows through you, that spills to others, and they'll find too that they can now do something new, something else that's something new, not something that is tried and true, but something that your soul must find, a feeling, not a state of mind, that's something new. It's wonderful to try new things, to not know what tomorrow brings, to not know what's behind the door, to not know what life has in store. New eyes to see, new ears to hear, new thoughts to think. The air is clear to take that chance, a leap of faith. Your soul is the key to open the gate. Something else that's something new, not something that is tried and true, but something that your soul can find, a feeling, not a state of mind, that's something new. Take a chance and you will see your soul will grow immediately. Once you've tried it, you'll agree that something new will set you free. I've been told, and it is true, when all seems lost, do something new, something new, something small not done before, can open up the wonder door. Inside you'll find your soul renewed, a spring of life now flows through you, that spills to others, and they'll find too that they can now do something new, to tell, to tell, to tell, to tell, to tell, to tell, to. I've been told.
We're going to do something new right now. We're going to go to Forever Free TV.
I've been told, and it is true, when all seems lost, do something new, something small
We're gonna listen to
not
the song.
done before, can open up the wonder door. Inside you'll find your soul renewed, a spring of life now flows through you, that spills to others, and they'll find too that they can now do something new, something else that's something new.
See now, you see it's going on there still? That's because we're on a channel called foreverfreetv.com. On your phones, on your laptop, if anybody should have something like that anymore, go to foreverfree.com. You'll see that at the top, the live that I'm doing right now is in the top of foreverfree.com. If you want to get the app is forever, the number 4, Everfree TV on your iPhone or your Android. Go to it right now, download it. You can have Forever Free TV on your phone, wherever you are. Now, we're going to Forever Free TV right now because we're going to show you there's something new that you can do. We can have our own network. That's the technology of now. It doesn't have to only be Netflix or Amazon or Disney or Crave or YouTube or Roku. We can have the Forever Free network. Because of that, we can put whatever we want on our network. And that's what I want you to see, something new. I have a podcast. Look at that, down at the corner. We have all of Holly's Days of Wonder, the songs that Holly has created, all of the other story messengers, the message from the messengers, all of these different programs. Holly has made, it's basically hundreds of different programs now to show you examples of 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 minute videos so that you can begin to understand you are a soul being in a human body with all of these amazing ideas that you have kept quiet to yourself because you were afraid what people would say. You get to connect to people who are not going to laugh at your ideas, but who are going to help you along your path. We're going to start our membership starting on Sunday. I'm working on all of that so that you can begin to join in with other people who are not you, but like you, are human beings that want to see something good come in this world. That's all we have to have, that you will be able to give yourself permission to be good to yourself and be better to others. And as you begin to do that, look what becomes available. I'm going to go through here today because I can. Go get something to eat, sit down, and relax and enjoy yourself. Why? Because I said so. Yeah. So let's continue on along our pathway here. Let's see what Holly has here. I like all of these songs. I think I'm going to choose Singularity because this is what it takes for you to be able to get anything in your life. You're going to have to make the difficult choices that I'm not going to just be like everybody else. I'm going to choose myself.
A single thought, a perfect vibe, a moment of clarity when you decide to find your own groove, to take your first step, to step in between, not the right or the left. This path leads to freedom, the freedom of choice, to create your own story, to find your own voice. The past is the past, the future is here, the dust is all settled, the vision is clear. So walk hand in hand, the two become one. So let it be spoken, so let it be done. feel the frequency, the love and the light. Our souls are connected, the groove is just right. With everything now as it should be. You are the real you, I am the real me. The past is the past, the future is here. The dust is all settled, the vision is clear. So walk hand in hand, the two become one. So let it be spoken, so let it be done. Write your own song, dance your own dance, find your own path, give life a new chance. It's coming together for you and for me. That one shining moment of singularity. The past is the past, the future is here. The dust is all settled, the vision is clear. So walk hand in hand, the two become one. So let it be spoken, so let it be done. Write your own song, dance your own dance, find your own path, give life a new chance. It's coming together for you and for me. That one shining moment of singularity. The past is the past, the future is here. The dust is all settled, the vision is clear. So walk hand in hand, the two become one. So let it be spoken, so let it be done. So let it be spoken. So let it be
Look at that. Fantastic. Let's go back home. See how that works? Everybody's hearing it slightly different time. It's amazing the technologies that we have nowadays. I want us to take a look at what the mother might be saying to us. Let's see if we can open that up. Let me see. Here it is. Let's see what the mother might be saying to us. Listen carefully, boys and girls. Ah.
To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill, and a time to heal. A time to weep, and a time to laugh. A time to mourn, and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get, and a time to lose. A time to keep, and a time to cast away. A time to rend, and a time to sow. A time to keep silence, and a time to speak. A time to love, and a time to hate. A time of war, and a time of peace. And a time when time is no more, it is now. So let us begin that all may be made in perfect balance, love and light. I am the mother.
time is now. You can always put it off and say to yourself, well, I got to get this done. I got to get that done. But at some point, you have to say, okay, this is my moment. I'm going to do something about it. I'm Roxy. I'm still here. And I want you to be aware that Forever Free TV exists. And we're waiting for you to put your take on it. Beverly Rhodes that has a podcast called Blue Light Healing. I met with Sarah, and she's going to be having her own podcast here about your soul and how to get it to be renewed and restored. It's going to be fantastic and powerful and wonderful. There's also Delco. You can watch his story here. Delco is my good friend from the Gambia. There's another podcast I did with my dad, Pastor Steve. Yeah, he's a pastor. You can be that too. It's very interesting, the conversations we had. I had a conversation with Beverly about how she was a child and was trafficked. Yeah, as a child, trafficked to adults, men and women, I would believe, for terrible, horrible things, and how she takes that and uses it to help young people and children now. All kinds of amazing, interesting things. I forgot to mention Sarah is a psychic. She told me a story. I got to interview her this morning, and we're going to be able to show that video, how she can see to the other side, and that one of the jobs she was at, she could see the little boy, because it was like a prison, like a place, a court, and that court had been there since the 1800s, and how this little boy, 8 years old, like a young boy, I don't know what age, would pop up. Like that Sixth Sense movie. Can you imagine that? That you can see to the other side like that? That's the gift that she was given, so that she can help people sometimes that haven't finished off what they're supposed to do, tell their loved ones different things. I get to learn too. You get to understand. Maybe you've never had that in your world. When I was young, I saw extraordinarily amazing things that have shaped my life. And I've had to reconcile, how does that work? What does that mean? We get to come together and talk about our shared experiences, not fight about, but talk about and say, oh, yeah, that matches something that happened to me. Come together and talk about it, and together find solutions to the terrible situations that we are faced with in this world. There's kids shows on here, like the old shows. I have to be careful with this one, because I remember I played one of these on when I was doing this, and Facebook banned it, even though these are public domain. Some places, they're not public domain, every place. But we found them as public domain, so I'm not going to be able to play any of these, because they may not be public domain on Facebook or someplace else. That's the thing that has happened. Some of you have music that's fantastic music, or you're a dancer, but you can't dance because the music you have to dance to has heavy copyright, so you can't put it online. What you'll be able to do is take the musics that we are working through as you work with us, and we're going to have the best dancers using the music that Holly has created, and then we're going to be able to fund it. It's not going to just be for fun alone. It'll be for funding. Funding. Yeah. As we come together, we're going to figure out different, better, more exciting ways than selling your soul for a few minutes of fame and then they chuck you to the side. That's no fun. There are many other ways of funding things. We've just never explored it. Since you're here right now and nobody's stopping me, this is the first video that was ever made. I made it. It was on Pictory. You can see what a long ways we've come. That was in 2023. That old fashionedness. First time I'd ever gone, I knew that we could have a channel. First time that I never know about AI and that we can create things. And this was an old poem that Holly and I created in 1983, 4, 5, 6, somewhere in there. A new generation has arisen. Now, don't tell Holly I'm doing this because I will get in a lot of trouble. But I want you to see the very first, it's the only video I've ever created, mind you, but it says the very first when I thought, oh, it's possible. This is an actual possibility that I could have a channel. Thankfully, Holly, thank you, Holly, for rescuing me from that delusion. But this is where we started. It's not heavy delusions, it's perfection, Holly. Not that yours aren't a little more perfect than that, but I mean that's the first thing I ever created, and I'm gonna stand by that. But I'm very thankful that you were able to do some other things with it. And as I've taken you down the channel way today, it's a great opportunity for me to be thankful. Thank you, Holly, for everything that you've done. Joshua and Caleb, the twins, who work really hard to edit and everything like that behind the scenes, make the podcast better and bigger. There's a much excitement in the air right now because you see what happens with the algorithms right now. They are geared to people, the algorithms. You know what algorithms are. The For You page that tells you, leads you along the path of what they tell you you want to see. It's going to tend away from a Roxanne and a Holly's and Forever Free TV. I'm just letting you know, like, don't be shocked if you're going to spout things that there's a sense of telling the truth, which is causing them to you to tell people to run far away from the bad guys. They're not going to like. You're not going to trend. You are not going to trend. So what you got to decide is, are you just the trend person? And if you don't get trending, then you're not going to keep on doing it. You're going to say whatever it takes for you to trend, or you're going to do something new, which is what Holly and I are doing. Follow us along in this experiment. What we are saying, it only takes 2 people to hear me today and tell 2 people. And the 2 people you tell those 2 people, come to foreverfreetv.com or whatever other way that you have found it. Go explore it for yourself. This is a solid experiment that we want you to do with us, because I think that it will work out. Call it a social experiment I'm conducting. Now, this is what you have to do. We are not going to trend. Holly and I are going to have done all of this, and we're going to be like, oh, did you hear about those girls that did that? Or those, not girls, those women, those old women. No, that Roxanne and Holly who did that. And then I thought I heard about a channel, Forever Free or something like that. What happened to that? Yeah, it's going to disappear into the ether. That's what they want it to happen. And then we're going to run out of the funds that we are doing this with, because we can't do it forever with no everybody helping us to do this. And you're going to forget, and your brain is going to get fuzzy. I'm just letting you know this is the way that it works on this planet. And then the good guys that were trying to do something helpful and joyful get discouraged and say, what can we do? We've done everything we can. Blah, 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 blah. Right. That's what happens to good guys. But here's the trick. We are going to be smarter than that. We're not going to be the trenders anymore. And you are going to say, aha, I see. I'm going to take a pen and pencil, or on my computer, I'm going to jot down the word Forever Free TV. I'm going to make a note of that one. Because you have to stop your scrolling for a minute. You're going to stop. This is the only way this is going to work. I'm letting you know. Because otherwise, you're just going to forget and wander along your track and keep on going down doomsday. But if you want a change, a real change in our world, you're going to stop, put down Forever Free TV someplace in your brain, download the app, and start to look, even if it's one song, if it's something new song, anything that you see here. I'm going to leave you today with a few songs that we're going to be exploring on Sunday. We're going to do a live again on Sunday. Holly's going to join me. In between there, I have a lot of other work to do. But I just have a determination that I can't let them win. I just can't. So you get determined with me. Now, put the number Forever Free TV, download it, and get your 2 friends to download it, and each of them tell 2 friends. This is the only way. And thank you, Warren, for giving me this idea 18 years ago. That's my husband, Warren. When I thought, oh, this is never going to work. I'm never going to be able to help these people. Warren gave me this idea of the power of 2. And I've kept hold of it all these years for just this time that we're in. Because I have something that's worthy of you telling 2 people. And being pokey about it, because there you're going to forget too, because it's not about the channel, it's not about the message, it's about the brainwashing that's going on, the programming. So you're going to have to maybe tell them, and they're going to say, oh, what did you tell me? I know you told me about something with that. You're going to have to be determined. Just stick to 2 people. Don't tell 1 million people. Just find 2 people. Be determined until they start to listen. Make sure they've clicked on it. Make sure they've heard a couple of the songs. What that does, it begins to wash their brain from the brainwashing. It's not a brainwashing, it's a brain deterioration, a brain cloud. This is the true washing, cleaning, until they start to hum the song. Still they start to sing Feel Better. Still their soul starts to get stronger and the programming starts to ebb aside. But you got to be determined that you want your friend to feel better. But first, you got to make sure you start to feel better. So it's a process. And two who tell two, always to the exponent 30, it will be more than 1 billion. So I'm going to end it today by going back to me. That's me, Roxanne. See, I was here all the time. And I'm going to remind you that you are fantastically important. You are a soul being. That's the part of you that's been mizzling around in there saying, I'm here. No, don't do that. And you've been, be quiet. I'm going to do that anyways. How has it been working for you? Yeah, I understand. Now, what we're going to do is something new. And on Sunday, skirt yourself over 3 o'clock p.m. PST, because I'm from the Vancouver area of Canada, And so some of you, it's going to be like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. You'll have to stay up late. Can you imagine? You have to sacrifice. And we're going to come together and we're going to support Holly. She has a brand new trilogy called The Perfect Day. We're going to end with the 3 songs of The Perfect Day for you to understand this is what this new technology can do through Suno. This is Ali telling Jack what it was like to meet him for the first time on the perfect day. This is Jack telling Ali what it was like for him to meet her for the first time on the perfect day. To meet her. And then there's the third of a single, the trilogy, where they are together talking about their perfect day. I'm so pleased and excited that we're going to be able to have all of these types of new music. ForeverFreeShop.com is going to have all kinds of exciting, and it's going to have AI music, and it's going to have you guys beginning to publish your music someplace else. Doesn't mean you don't have to publish it everywhere else where you're making millions of money. But you could also publish it on ForeverFreeShop.com. Dancers, you can take the music and start to create some interesting dance things. I'm so excited and I'm so thankful that you took the time to spend with me today. And so we're going to end with these 3 videos, and then you're going to join me on Sunday at 3 o'clock. Jot these things down somewhere because you're not going to remember. I'm telling you, guaranteed. You're not going to remember. That's how programming works. They boggle your mind again and it gets all fuzzy again. And there was some lady and she was saying something. Jot it down so that you can take note and remember. Give yourself some kind of a, whatever it is that you do to remember things. ForeverFreeTV.com. I'm Roxanne. Roxy. Remember, let the remembering of me fuel you today. Today is February the 19th. It's a great day to help you remember. Remember who you are. Remember why you're here. Remember that you're not as silly as you may seem at times. You don't always make ridiculous decisions. There is a part in you that's strong, that is free. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. Doesn't matter what they're doing to your outer body. Remember who you are. I'm telling you, remember why you're here. Remember that you are an amazing being that has so much potential. And remember that we love you and think you're fantastic. I've decided that. Okay? So listen to these 3 songs and join us again on Sunday. All right? See you later. Thank you for joining me down at the corner. It's been a lot of fun. Hasn't it, Jack? That's Jack the doll. Jack the jester. Okay, listen to the songs. They're fantastic. This is Ali Perfect Day.
You on the perfect day, that perfect day, the month was May. The air was warm, the grass was green, and the sun was bright, a postcard scene. You looked at me and I looked back, and as they say, perfect day.
Fantastic, Jack. Look how happy Ali. Now let's hear what Jack has to say about meeting Ali on his perfect day.
I met you on the perfect day the month was May. The air was warm, the grass was green, the sun was bright, a postcard scene. You looked at me and I looked back, and as they say, that was just that. My perfect love, that's what you are. You are for me, that shining star, my soul's twin flame. With me you'll stay, our love shines bright to the perfect day. And on that day we said hello. Our perfect love began to grow. No up and down, no high and low, but always stronger on we go. Nothing standing in our way. That's what makes a perfect day. I knew as soon as our eyes met that we were my soul's song. Where melody meets harmony, we're right where we belong. My perfect love, that's what you are. You are for me, that shining star, my soul's twin flame. With me you'll stay, our love shines bright to the perfect day. At first sight and right away, our love creates a perfect day.
Oh, Ali, you're so cute. And then we're going to complete the trilogy with Jack and Ali together. The perfect day, wonderfully, beautifully. Isn't that wonderful? You may not have Jack, you may not have Ali yet, but why don't we just dream a little dream? Why not? See you on Sunday, and you're going to be able to pick up this trilogy for Pay What You Can and tell two people. Always tell two people, because why not? Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for joining me. Let's ride it out. This is this is the whole music video. It's fantastic. So we saved the best for last. It's the two, Ali and Jack, together. The perfect day.
I met you on the perfect day. That perfect day, the month was May. The air was warm, the grass was green, the sun was bright, a postcard scene.
You looked at me and I looked back, and as they say, that was just that.
My perfect love,
That's what you are.
you are for me, that shining star.
My soul's twin flame.
With me you'll stay.
Our love shines bright to the perfect day.
And on that day we said hello. Our perfect love
Began to grow.
no up and down, no high and low, but always stronger on we go.
Nothing standing in our way.
That's what makes a perfect day. I knew as soon as our eyes met that we were my soul song.
When melody meets harmony,
We're right where we belong. My perfect love, that's what you are.
you are for me,
That shining star.
shining star.
My soul's twin flame.
With
With me you'll stay. Our love shines bright.
to the perfect day.
At first sight and right away.
Our love creates a perfect day. Where the air is clear and the sun shines bright and the colors are vivid and the groove is just right. That's the magical corner of peace, love and good vibes. Where the sky meets the earth and your soul comes alive. Peace, love, and good vibes are all you need. That frequency is right for me. So come along and soon you'll see the corner where cool vibes are free.
You'll know when you get there, no doubt in your mind. The feeling of freedom, let go and unwind. So we'll meet at the corner of peace, love and good vibes. Where the sky meets the earth and your soul comes alive.